Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. 6HL here on this Thursday night. It's the final night of the regular season. And boy, do we have a good one here because it comes down to tonight for some of these teams. My name is MrHollyWood here. I'll be bringing you the play-by-play call here tonight. We actually have a double feature here twice. 1 at 10 and then at the 10:45 slot. Let me bring my co-host here, right next to me. You guys know the man, Harry over here. Harry, how you doing on this Thursday night, brother?
I'm doing great, Hollywood. How are you doing?
Doing awesome. And, I mean, it's going to come down to the wire right here. Thursday night, final games of the regular season. I'm talking about that Western Conference, Harry, where it comes down, we've got Vegas right there, looking to try to get in, while another team holding on. You got the LA Kings over there, and we're going to be able to witness this here tonight, because look, one slight win here by one team could overtake them tonight. So it's almost like an elimination starting today for those two teams. The playoffs is tonight on here. Win and stay in. The Kings, that's all they got to do, right? Win both of their games, and they're going to be in tonight.
Yeah. Kings have a pretty tough matchup going against Vancouver, but if they play their cards right, they can come out on top and get that last playoff spot. I mean, Vegas, they're coming in facing Minnesota. I mean, they have a really great chance of knocking the Kings out. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see who comes out on top at the end of the night here.
Absolutely. And I think one of them's already in the dressing room. The Rangers look like they're ready to go. They're looking to match up on there. We're waiting for the other game to load up. But shout out to Chalk in the chat there over there. And listen, we weren't going to do a show tonight, but we can't not do a show here tonight, man. It's the final night of the regular season before the playoffs start, and especially when you got a key blockbuster matchup like this where playoffs is in the air. One of these teams tonight, Harry, after tonight is done. They're out, man. They're going to be done. What do you guys think in the chat? Who's moving on and who's being out after tonight? We do have lineups of those as well. The games here, I'm going to bring that up. Let's take a look here first in that LA-Vancouver matchup. This is going to be a slugfest here, especially we know what's on the line here. So for the Kings, you got at center E-Ball, Prowsey there at the left wing spot, Stone Guy at the right wing. That's the forward line. Then at the defense side on the left D, you got Cavi with my man Clint on the right D spot. And then back in net there is Legend Bear trying to hold it down there for the Kings. Over on the other end for Vancouver, you got Kyle at the center spot. She's too young for you, left wing. And top line Tom at the right wing spot. Over at the D, you got Side Effect over with Sham and Tommy Boy between the pipes. What a great matchup here, Harry, between these two.
Yeah, and coming into here, LA is going to really want to play a well defensive game. I mean, Vancouver's not taking LA lightly. They got three out of their guys is in the top four in tonight's matchup. Actually, four. Now that I mention it, Kyle, She2, top line, Shem, they're all in top four on this Vancouver team.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Shout out to John Payne there in the chat. What's up, buddy? Thanks for tuning in, and wherever you guys may be here on this Thursday night. Thank you for tuning in. And the other matchup for the 10 o'clock spot we got is that Rangers game, man. Detroit and New York. What about this one, man? For Detroit, you got Super Roger at center, Zarrowman left wing, Sweats over at the right wing spot. Always making a lot of noise here in the 6HL. And then on defense, Only Blue with L PlayStation. And then in net, you got Serial Sniper. Over for New York, Freak Psycho, who's been on a tear here. Over with Trifison at the left wing spot. Cavaris at right wing. And then you got Kane and Nasty C at the defensive side. And Chasing Buds in net. Looks like this Red Wings New York game is actually about to kick off here. So I'm going to pull that up so we don't miss anything here. So there's the Rangers Detroit The LA one, I'm still waiting here. Let me reload that one to see. No, it looks like he's still offline. I mean, I've been told that Shem is going to be streaming that one. Maybe just hasn't started up yet. Unless things change, let me know here in the chat here. It is going to be a different stream. But we do got the New York one here coming up. And you know what? Since we're waiting on that LA game, I may pull this one up on the full screen here for you guys. Give me a second. Lindell, what's up there, man? It's chat. Giving you a shout out over there, Harry. Harry the GOAT, man. Absolutely, man.
Appreciate it, man. And you know, Hollywood, coming looking at the matchups, you know, Detroit's looking at 65 points. So even if Boston did win their both games tonight, they wouldn't knock out Detroit. I guess the standings weren't officially updated yet, but I'm still going to expect a great matchup between these two teams.
Absolutely. What's up to Dimes over there in the chat as well? Bless the Dimes. We're here in the Chalk Audio channel here as well. So anybody wants to join, hop in here with us can do so as we're live here. So Detroit, New York underway. Right away, Detroit trying to bring some pressure here in the offensive zone. But New York does an excellent job getting that puck out into the offensive zone. Shot on net. No good. Battle for here on the boards. Oh, great steal by New York's shot on. And a save made. He's going to cover up there. 15-18 mark here of the first. And once again,
Rangers coming out hot right off the start. You know, getting a couple shots.
And as soon as that LA one hits the ice there, looks like it's still, I don't have the stream loaded on there, but we got a goal here, and that's Troy Fison. Man, right off that face-off, Harry, 1-0 New York, just like that.
Wow, and that's a, you know, set play, it looks like, you know, stick lift to Trev, walks in for a goal. Great play by the Rangers there.
Chalk saying LA will be in after tonight. Vegas will be out. Well, right now, LA has that 2-point lead. But remember, the matchup here, though, tonight, Vegas, I think, has the easier matchup. You know, they got against that Minnesota, but Minnesota could play spoilers here tonight. You know, they're out of the playoffs, and can they take Vegas with them? We'll see what happens. And once again, LA will be bringing you the LA coverage here momentarily in this duel because we couldn't have enough here tonight. And here comes New York, shot on that, rebound in front. And are they waving this one off?
Yeah, it looks like goalie interference. One of the Rangers players definitely interfered with the goalie here.
And that wasn't even necessary there because the guy got the rebound was the other player. So, but then again, we don't know if that would have went in had there not been that contact. So it remains 1-0 here still as we approach the 11-minute mark. And here comes Detroit on the other end. Save made. And he'll freeze it there. If you're just tuning in, 6HL action here Thursday night. Final night of the regular season here. I'm joined here by Harry, bringing you guys the play-by-play call tonight. Draw in the New York zone. And they do an excellent job getting it out.
And
go ahead.
Don't mean to interrupt you here, but Vancouver, Shem's telling me he's live, so I don't know.
Oh, he is. Okay,
what's going on with that link?
Oh, he is. He is. I apologize for that. And as soon as I bring it in, man, here we go. Vancouver gets on the board here, 1-0.
Definitely something LA does not want happening is getting caught early.
No, absolutely. And anybody in the chat there, you know, should we get an update on that Vegas game? We'll definitely bring you guys the score on that. We will bring in Vegas live action here for the 10:45 game. But right now, not a good start here for LA because remember, a loss here by LA, and should Vegas win, they'll be all even. It's going to come down to that final game of the season for both teams.
And I mean, LA just needs to win one game or split with with Vancouver. I think Vegas.
Oh, you mean like the
They
head-to-head
have
that will
more
have
losses.
they got the advantage on the head-to-head? Is that what it is?
Yeah, that Vegas has more losses.
Okay.
So even if they have the same amount of wins, if you look at losses,
Mhm.
I think LA would get the last spot by default. So I mean, LA just needs to win one here to just have a chance. If they if they lose both and Vegas wins both, they're definitely out.
They'll be out,
So,
right?
LA needs to play um like they never played before tonight. Like they need to really bring it.
And even OT loss, any point right here for LA is huge here. They have the 2 point
Yeah.
advantage right now. But right now, final seconds of the first, it's Vancouver who's on top 1-0. As we close the first period down here on the left. Over on the right still remains 1-0 for New York. If you're just tuning in, it was an early goal by Troy Fison. We got about 3 minutes remaining in that one. And
If I was Vancouver, I mean, coming in today, I mean, you got nothing to lose, right? I mean, you're in a playoff spot. If you win or lose, nothing really changes.
And a late goal here. Detroit ties it up at the 2:32 mark. Zaradina is the player name on that. I apologize. I don't have the actual gamer tag on him. But he ties it up on
That
there.
might be Zaramone.
Okay. That's why we got you up here, Harry. Thank you.
Yep, I'm the man with all the knowledge.
Hey, that's what we need. We got the. I'm just glad we got the stream and everything going here as planned. And there's a shot on net there, backhand shot, good opportunity right in front, but a save made. 26 seconds to go here in the first. All even, 1-1, New York and Detroit. Period 2 about to start over there on the left. Remember, Vancouver, the only goal so far. They lead the Kings 1-0. A lot of Zara fans here in the chat. Let's go, Zara. Shout out to Lindell over there.
Let's go, Rangers. Chalk's saying. Looks like Chalk's going with the Rangers.
Yeah, Lindell is saying 2 more points for 100 on the season for Zara. So we'll see if he could get that here tonight.
That's impressive. Considering how much talent is in this league. I mean, that's like definitely impressive to get 100 points.
Yeah, any season you could hit that 3-digit figure. It just looks nice, there's
going into the next season.
Yeah. Right now, Detroit has more shots, 10-6 over the Rangers, but it's all even 1-1 there. Give a shout out to a couple of the guys here. We got a big crowd here tonight on this Thursday Throwdown, baby. Final night of the regular season, and why not, man? I mean, the stakes are high here tonight. But also, Harry, I also got to mention in that East because, as far as matchup-wise, man, who plays who here, who goes up against that Buffalo squad?
Yeah, so like I was saying earlier, it looks like the standings weren't updated, and Detroit's sitting 65 points. And Boston's sitting 60. So even if Boston did win both tonight, they wouldn't knock Detroit out of the number 6 spot. So that's all set in stone.
Okay.
Since the stats got updated.
Gotcha.
So it looks like Boston is going to be definitely facing the juggernaut Buffalo Sabres.
Oh, man. And those guys are tough, man. Those guys are definitely tough.
Yeah. I mean, they're not going to take Boston lightly. So, but I'm not going to put Boston out either. I mean, Yinzer, he always puts out a great team. So, you're definitely going to see some fight in that playoff by Yinzer.
And we're going to see that Boston
squad
team
over there.
We're going to see that Boston team at the 10:45 game, as well as that Vegas game as well. Shout out to MLG Prism in the chat. He's rooting on Detroit right now. He's in a dogfight, 1-1 against New York. Here on the left, 9-minute mark, still 1-0 Vancouver. The only goal in that first period. As soon as I put that stream on over there, but it's been quiet since. Vancouver's.
Yeah, it seems like both teams, New York and Vancouver, got off to a quick start. Definitely a good feeling.
Absolutely. And, a night like this, great save over there on the left to remain 1-0. Yeah, and for LA, man, I mean, you're down right now 1-0, but remember, even sending this game to overtime, doing anything like that, you got the 2-point lead here. Do we got any score update on what's happening over there in Vegas? Anybody there in the chat has got any score update on that one? Because remember, Vegas needs to win. Because, Harry, even if LA loses here, if Vegas cannot win both of the games here tonight, like you mentioned, then it comes down to the points and maybe not even. They'll be out.
Yeah, I mean, LA just needs to either get a point or win one of these games to even have a chance. Because I mean, if they lose both, and say Vegas only wins one, I mean, I think they'd be tied with 62 points. And then by looking at the standings correctly, I think LA would get Vegas just because they have less losses than them.
Absolutely.
I'm not really too sure how it all works out, but that's one can assume that's how it would go.
Moments ago over there, Vancouver trying to extend this lead, and looks like they do. We got another goal here.
Yeah, and
they kept that puck in there, man.
I just wonder
with the assist, Kellett on the goal, Talent on that secondary.
That was
assist.
Great setup by Shem, playing on defense, stepping up, getting that pass over for that quick one-timer. LA, they got to slow down this hockey game if they even want to have a chance. Vancouver's, tough team to play, and I know they can trap very well. I mean, you just gotta, be patient and move the puck around and find the open eye. Get pucks to the net, go for rebounds, just get some gritty goals here. I mean, that's what LA should be looking for.
Looks like Vegas is up 1-0 at the end of the first over in the other game. So, and I'm sure they are liking this score right now, 2-0 Vancouver. But Vancouver just took a 2-minute minor. So for LA, they need to try to get something here on the board with the man advantage, and they do right off the face-off there. Kept the puck in. It's a power play goal. Player named Pizzeria. Love the tag there. And he'll cut the deficit down to 1 just like that. So just under 2 minutes to go here in the second. 2-1. Vancouver's still leading, but LA on the board.
Yeah, and Vancouver coming in tonight with second on the PK percentage, but it doesn't look like it came through for them on this one. LA took the opportunity and they capitalized here. So good for them.
Yeah, because it was all Vancouver up to that point, and just a simple penalty like that gives some life here for LA with 1.2 seconds to go here, and we got another penalty, but this time it's against the Kings here. So with 1 second remaining here in the period, it's pretty much going to do it here for the period, but that penalty is going to proceed to the third period at the start of the third for Vancouver.
Man, you just can't be taking penalties, especially like 200 feet on the other side of the zone. Especially if there's 1 second left in the second. I mean, LA definitely does not want to be on the PK coming in the third. I mean, that's just a huge momentum change for them after getting in that power play goal.
And I couldn't have said it any better than that, Harry. I mean, momentum, big part. You just scored. You just put your team on the board there, made it a 1-goal game, and then here you're taking a penalty right at the end of that period. So not a good way to start the third period. We'll see if they're able to kill that off. Over on the right, New York already starting the third. So both of these games almost at the same time here, simultaneously heading into the third period. And that one's still tied. In the first, New York had that early lead. Detroit tied it up. Quiet second period there. And right now, all down to this third period here on both ends. We're getting some good action here, Harry, on both games.
Yeah, definitely, and it just seems like no one's budging after that first period in this Ranger Detroit game. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this game goes to the overtime.
You got a shout out there in the chat by Mooney. Says, "Hey, what's up, Harry?"
Hey, Mooney, what's up? What's up, my boy? You like this T-shirt? I got my sailboat T-shirt on this Thursday night hockey.
Absolutely, man. Thursday Throwdown is what we call it right here, and it's the final night of the regular season, and it's pretty much elimination here for two
Thanks,
teams.
man.
So here we go. We got a save and a cover here. Still about a couple of seconds remaining on that penalty. But right now the Kings doing a good job here trying to kill this off here. To get their man back on the ice. Remember, he's going to be coming off the bench there, so they got to watch out for that. And there he is, back even. So they kill off the penalty. That's a good start there for LA. Still down a goal. Over on the right, tie game 1-1. Rangers Detroit, just a slugfest going on right now.
Yeah, those two teams are, they definitely have some firepower between the two, Detroit and the Rangers. I'm not surprised this game is 1-1.
And here we go, player name Talent. I forget what the exact gamer tag is, but that's his second goal here. Remember, he got Vancouver on the board early on, and he gets another goal here. That's 2 for him here tonight. That one does count. So Vancouver extends it right back to that 2-goal lead here against LA.
No Talent is She's Too Young for You, and he's leading the team with 91 points.
And we got
I think that's his second goal, so that's 93 for him on the season.
Yeah, he had an assist too. He's got a point on each goal there for Vancouver here tonight. And New York on the other end scores to retake their lead. So both teams back on top here. 2-1 New York.
And that's Cabri. Looks like Cabri got that goal.
Yes.
I know that's a big pickup by the Rangers. He was drafted by New Jersey, 10th round. And then the Rangers, I think, on like the last waiver wire, picked him up off waivers, and he's been a great addition for them ever since he's joined the team.
And things for the Kings have gone from bad to worse, as right off the face-off, right after that goal, they march right back down the ice, and they tack in another goal. That might do it right there. Collette with the goal, and Talent again with another point. Assist on that.
Game one against Boston and Washington is still 0-0. Okay. Nobody has lit the lamp on that game.
I'm trying to figure out if Vegas still has the lead there. Last time I checked, it was 1-0 Vegas. And here comes Tanaka trying to get some life back into LA. They needed the quick goal. Down 3, cut it down to 2 again here.
Yeah, big goal by LA right here. I mean, all they need to do is just keep, build off this momentum, and they can make a game out of this for sure.
Still got plenty of time. I mean, you got 15 minutes remaining. That's plenty of time. Only 2-goal game. We've seen comebacks here in the third period, so definitely capable of doing so. Over on the
there's no reason for them to panic right now.
Correct. New York on the power play on the right there. They're trying to extend their lead. They're up 2-1. That one under 8 to go for Detroit.
And looks like New York's on the power play.
Yes, they are.
Don't know who.
But it looks like it just expired. They were on the power play there. Yeah, Detroit did take a minor. Right now, Detroit with the puck in the offensive zone, looking for a pass in front there. Well read by this New York squad, and they get it out around the boards. Picked up by Detroit. Intercepted. We got a breakaway to get away here for New York. But great job by the defense getting back on that play. to prevent the goal, prevent the shot even on that. But they're running out of time here. 4 minutes to go. And Detroit tied up here. Backhand shot. What a save. Split-legged save. Clutch save there.
Wow.
With under 4 to go.
What a save.
Who's in net there?
Back-to-back.
Is that... that's not Buds.
That's Chasing Buds.
It is Buds. Man.
Wow. That's one breakaway on one end and another breakaway on the other. Both saves. Wow. Goalies are coming up big in this game for both teams.
And here's the man of the hour, Harry. He's got another goal. That's a hat trick now in that Vancouver game. That's his third. He's got 5 points in this game. 5-2 right now.
Wow.
He's on fire.
I mean, if he's in that second game, I mean, he can easily hit 100 points by the night.
Right, and that's the thing. If he is in that lineup, man, LA's got to find a way to try to slow him down at least. Because right now,
because it does not look like he's gonna be slowing down by the way his night's going.
Wait, is that right? Minnesota up 3-1 over Vegas at the end of 2. Oh man!
Wow,
so,
things are gonna get really interesting here. You know.
So Minnesota wants to play as those spoilers there, Harry. You know, they got nothing to really play for here tonight. But listen, if they're going to be out, they're going to drag Vegas with them. So, and you love to see that, you know what I mean? Towards the end of the season, a team like that, you know what I mean? Not a great season here for them, but still battling it out right till the end.
Yeah, and you love and hate to see that. I mean, like, you know, coming in, if I was Vegas, you know, I wouldn't take Minnesota lightly. I mean, yeah, they might not be near a playoff spot, and you know, they might have not had the season they wanted, but you know, looking at this season, like, you know, teams, anyone can win. You know, anyone can win in this league, no matter what the team's record is, no matter how they're playing. Like, you know, I don't know what's going through Vegas's mind right now, but you know, I would not count down Minnesota from trying to, you know, trying them to steal some points from them, you know, upset their playoff hope.
Absolutely. And the game on the right's over. New York holds on with that 2-1 win. Butts made some clutch saves there toward the end, man. Detroit was bringing in, but more penalties on Detroit, and that really hurt because they were down a man on there. You're down a goal. And it's very tough to try to get that last goal short-handed, especially Buds, man. Big win there. Clutch saves towards the end. 2-1 win for New York. LA just scored here. Make this back to a 2-goal game. Try and make things interesting here. Final minute. Remember, it's real time here. Tanaka with another goal. That's his second for the Kings.
It looks like Tampa beat New Jersey 4-1, and you know, looking at the standings here, Hollywood, New York, New Jersey, and Philadelphia are all within 2 or 3 points or 1 point. I mean, with New York beating Detroit, right now they passed Philly and New Jersey for that number 3 spot. I don't know what Philadelphia's done.
And Harry, wait just a second. Another goal. 1-goal game here. Remember, this is a 3-goal game. 39 seconds. That's plenty of time, man. LA.
Things are heating up here. You know, LA, you know, woke up. Oh, and
delay penalty, though.
Definitely not something they want to be taking. Was that LA or Vancouver?
No, it looks like it's against LA, and that hurts. That hurts because you just got 2 goals in that final minute, and that's the man that scored the goal. He's going in the box. Player named Shorzy Tanaka with the assist on that last goal. 23 seconds. You're short-handed here, though. I mean, still got a chance, though. There's still, you know, miracles do happen, right? There's not going to be no icing call, so you could just dump it down, try to dump and chase or something here. 15 seconds to go.
Yeah, Vancouver just needs to, you know, move the puck quick and just keep it away from LA if they want to close this one out.
Final rush here by LA, trying to get a shot in. They're poked, and there's the horn. Vancouver holds on with the win. 5-4, but what a battle there towards the end. I thought this was going to be a blowout game, but the Kings making it interesting there towards the end, Harry, and it's 5-4 win. But big story there,
Yeah.
hat trick, 2 assists, 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points in that game. And he gets the game winner as well for Vancouver. So we'll see if LA's got an answer for him here for game 2. We're going to be changing up the screens here. I'll get the next games for the 10:45. But what a start here tonight so far. But for Vegas though, I don't know. Do we have a stream here for Vegas? If we got the closing moments, I'll bring that one on here, man.
You could try and bring a Pro Orb stream.
Let me see. Yeah, we do. But it's not looking pretty. All right, so let me do that, man. Since that
Yeah, and if I was LA going in that game too, I would just take away all the good things they did and apply that to their game too. I mean, they made things interesting towards the end, but definitely you want to do all the right things in the beginning of the match instead of towards the end.
All right, I'm gonna get Probe's stream on here. I think it was like 5-1, man. Minnesota, wow, with 5.5 to go. And for Vegas, man, I mean, they got what they needed. LA lost, but you got to come up with the win here, man. 5-1, 4-goal lead here, under 5 to go. They'll need a miracle in this one.
Yeah, and this is definitely Vegas. Definitely did not want this to be happening. I mean, Minnesota, like, kudos to you guys for the upset here. I mean, I just think if say LA does lose game 2 and Vegas wins their game 2, I think by default, based on like how the win-loss ratio, and that Vegas LA would be awarded that last spot in the playoffs in the West.
All right, so I do have the Boston one in Washington, and then we got the Vegas, Minnesota here. So it looks like that one just ended as well. This one's about to come to an end. If you're just tuning in, Vancouver 5-4 win over the Kings here earlier tonight, and the Rangers taking out Detroit 2-1. Battle there towards the end. Big saves there in net for New York by Buds to hold on to that win. And then over here right now on your screen, Minnesota up 5-1 and on the power play with just a minute and a half to go. I mean, listen, Harry, I mean, I'm not surprised that Minnesota's winning this game, but the score here, 5-1, man.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of shocked. I mean, Vegas doesn't have they have a really good roster. I guess maybe I think Minnesota just seems like they're the better team here. I mean, looking at Vegas's roster, like they have Ronald, Gatto. I mean, Ronald's leading this team with 73 points. I don't know what their lineup looks like, but Vegas has got to be frustrated for sure here.
Yeah, because, I mean, they were pretty much handed this, trying to get that playoff spot here. And, I mean, they're still in it here. But like I said, I don't know. Because if LA, even with a LA loss in game 2, if Vegas wins the next one, then it comes down to the points, because they'll be tied in the standings. But I don't think it's going to be enough there for Vegas. And we do have the Boston-Washington game as well coming up. Game 1, Washington took it. Low-scoring game, 1-0 shutout for Washington in Game 1. We'll see what happens here for Game 2. As soon as that one hits the ice, I'll bring it back to the dual screen here for you as we have 10 seconds remaining here in this one. Vegas got a goal towards the end there, but doesn't really matter here at this point. 5-2, and that's how we're going to end it. 5-2 win. Minnesota Wild. I mean, you would think this is a playoff team here. The way they came out here on fire tonight against Vegas, man. dominating things. 5 goals on 12 shots, even though being outshot, being time attack also in the favor of Vegas. But the score here, man, um, in favor of Minnesota.
Yeah, if you asked me what the score was gonna be, it definitely would not have believed this. I mean, Minnesota coming in. I mean, this just proves to show you that you can't take a team lightly, no matter where they're at in the standings in this league.
So we'll have game 2 coming up there in these two here momentarily. Once again, it's Mr. Hollywood here along with Harry here for the 6HL action. Final night of the regular season. It's been a good start here so far. A lot of action, a lot of good coverage here. And a lot of guys here in the chat, man, tuning in, which is I love to see here, man. I love to see.
Yeah. Chat is lively right now,
and because it is, I mean, it's that time of the season, Harry. They know what's up. They know playoffs are right around the corner here. After this weekend, we go right into the playoffs Monday night, man. We'll have everything's gonna be figured out here after tonight, seeding wise, who plays who's in, who's not, and now, go ahead, brother.
So to kind of put in how what we're looking at right now with Los Angeles losing, they're going to be 20, 30, and 4. And right now with Vegas losing, they're going to be 29, 32, and 2. So, it's going to be interesting, if say, Los Angeles loses and Vegas wins, it'll be interesting on how they will determine the tiebreaker here.
Absolutely.
It's going to be very interesting. Basically like come down to the wire of record base.
I don't know. Kavaris was Zerman. Okay, all right. That's a name I haven't seen in a while, man. Shout out to him on here. Couple guys, Harry, loving the shirt, man. You should have told me. I would wear one of my, Hawaiian type of shirt, but it looks good definitely there on you. Hey, it's better you than me on here, but 6HL brothers, 10:45 games 2 set up on here. And once again, it's going to be Boston taking
Thanks,
on
Mooney.
Washington.
I'm glad everyone's enjoying the shirt.
And you know what? The Boston, Washington, not wasting time. They're going to be kicking things off. So if they do that, you know what? Let me do the full screen on that, and then as soon as the Vegas one hits the ice, I'll bring it. I'll bring it back to the dual screen.
Do we know what happened in game 1?
Yeah, it was 1-0.
Washington and Washington.
Washington, yeah, shutout win.
Wow, I mean, Washington. I know everything is set in stone in the East, but to just take away, 2 points from Boston is, got to be a good feeling for them, just because, they haven't had the best season, so, finishing off tonight with 4 points, if they do win this game, will be huge for them going into next season for sure.
And look at Washington here, not wasting any time, man. They took game 1-0 to get right on the board here at the start of this game. And the first 2 or 3 minutes of the game, player named Kovalchuk with the goal, Potvin on the assist, and it's 1-0 Washington over Boston here in game 2.
Yeah, Washington using that momentum from game 1 and applying it to game 2. Love to see them get on the board here. Let's see how Boston responds to them.
Shout out to She's Too Young for You in the chat there. What's up, brother? Oh, man. Mooney over here, man. Harry, looking snazzy, brother.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. I got, I love these kind of shirts. I got 3 or 4 of these. And
nice.
I continue to try to look to grow my collection.
And look at this, Boston responds right back. So much for this Washington lead. They tie it up here.
Wow, and that was a straight up coming in the zone, cut to the center ice snipe.
right? Determined, came right in there, man. Pulled up the old snipe there, and what a shot, what a goal, and
I mean,
1-1.
he all the time and space. I mean,
When you
that
give,
kind of shot,
yeah, I mean, you
you
give a
just
guy
can't
that
allow
that
that. You
that
can't
type of
allow that to
separation
happen.
there. Yeah, you get that type of separation there, the timing like that, As a goalie, you hate that, man. Hard to stop those shots, and a lot of times the shooter wins, and he did there. One,
Exactly. I mean, if a shooter like that has that kind of shot, I mean, as a goaltender myself, you kind of freeze up because you're like, can he pass? Is he gonna shoot? Like, you
uh,
know,
that anticipation, and look at that save, man! Split-legged save, man. Oh man! So keeps it 1-1. That was a breakaway chance there.
big save by Ricky Cheese there on Borker. I know he's had one hell of a season himself as well.
So after that early start by Washington getting that first goal, actually their only shot so far here this period, it's been all Boston here. They tied it up and looking to try to take this lead. 6-1 shots in favor of Boston. But here comes Washington in the offensive zone. That's poked away, and we got numbers here coming the other way. 2-on-1, great pass across, shot, and another save made by Cheese. He's going to cover it up with 7:04 remaining here in the first. And once again, I'll be bringing Minnesota here shortly.
Spady in the chat saying, dang, Comrade got stuffed. Indeed he did. Indeed he did, Spady.
Absolutely, man. Cheese made sure that wasn't going in there. Great job of covering both posts, post to post there, with that split-legged save.
And
right off the face-off, man.
Comrade's leading the team here.
That's a second.
With 59 points here.
That's the second goal here. So not only ties the game up, but now gives Boston the lead here. It's 6:30 to go here in the first. Looks like Yinzi with the assist on that. 2-1 Bruins. And we'll take everybody here tuning in on this Thursday night, wherever you guys may be. Great action, final night, regular season. And playoffs right around the corner. And looks like we're getting all the seedings. We're getting all the finishes here tonight. So after tonight, we'll know who's matched up against who. And who's in, who's not. Everything will be determined here shortly. Boston with the puck in the...
Yeah, and make things really interesting. The Blues and Tampa looks like they're gonna get the first round bye, so we won't see them until the second round.
Right, because that first
playoffs.
place spot gets the bye in the first round. You're right. You're right about that. Now, some see that as an advantage. Some see that as not. Taking that extra week off. But those two teams, man, solid seasons here. No doubt, well deserved of getting that bye in the first round. And right here, Boston winning 2-1, outshooting Washington so far 9-1. Shots in favor for Boston. And it looks like the Vegas game is going to be coming on. So let me get them on here as we have a minute and a half remaining in the first here in this game. And if you're just tuning in, if you have not heard the score update, Minnesota bringing it here tonight, 5-2 in Game 1 over Vegas. And that may have shattered Vegas playoff dreams here this season here in Season 13. May have just came to an end.
So if Vegas wins this, it'll make things interesting on how they determine who gets that last spot. If they lose, then LA, win or lose, they'll get the spot. So, it really just comes down that LA just needs to hope that Vegas doesn't win and Minnesota can get another upset on Vegas here.
Well, if you're LA right now, you know what I mean. Instead of just hoping Vegas does this or hoping this happens here in this game, just win the damn game. That's what they gotta do. Win and you're in.
Yeah.
Get a point and you're in. You know, and you don't have to worry about that
Yeah.
whole, who gets in, who's got the points here. Because look at it here, Vegas gets the early goal. Kaprizov,
Wow.
with the
What
assist.
a great play.
And look at that Washington game,
All
man. 10
alone.
to 2 shots. Look at the time attack, 237 to only 46. And most of that 46 was like that first 3 minutes of the game, you know what I mean? After that's been all Boston.
Yeah. I wonder what the first game looked like. I wonder if it was uneven like we're seeing in game 2, and Washington just had a great defensive game in that first game.
Yeah, I'm interested.
Seems like
I pulled that up right at the end there. I did not catch the stats there. It was only 1-0, but I'm interested to see how the shots were in that one as well.
because right now, I mean, it's up 2-1, and the game could be a lot worse than what we're looking at here. I mean, Boston could have like at least 2 more goals based on the quality of chances they've gotten so far in that game.
Yeah, I mean Washington right now is fortunate that's only a 1-goal game here.
Yeah,
shots are very
definitely.
lopsided. A couple of key saves there by Washington. Remember that, that big robbery. It could have easily been 3 or 4 for Boston at this point. But the goal.
Yeah, Riggy coming up huge for Washington. It looks like New Jersey and Tampa are tied 1-1 in their second period of game 2.
I just got to move this around here. Yes.
Any score updates on that Ranger and Detroit game? I mean, if Philly loses game 2 and New Jersey loses game 2, and the Rangers win game 2 against Detroit, they could easily get that number 3 spot and get a better matchup in the playoffs. That's just like, if you look at the East, it's scary how close all those teams are.
I gotta agree with you there, Harry, man. And I'm checking to see on that LA game in Vancouver, see what's happening over there. Because we may have to bring that up here once this Washington.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to bring it up now, Boston, the East is already set. I'd rather bring up Vancouver here.
All right, let me check that on here, because that
St.
one.
Louis 2-1 up on the first against Nashville.
Yeah, I appreciate a couple of the score updates there on the right. I'm just checking to see if Shem is streaming that one as well. Let me see.
And Washington ties it up, making it 2-2. Looks like just a broken play. Puck got thrown to the net, and Kovalchuk was there to just kind of like tap it in.
You know what? Because these games actually, you know what? What's good on here, Harry? Because these games started before the 10:45. It looks like Vancouver is waiting till that 10:45 start. They haven't hit the ice yet, so we're gonna be able to get full coverage on that. Yeah. So as soon as that one hits the ice, I will switch this Boston game out for the Vancouver. Because it's gonna be great to watch here, and I know should Vegas hold on to this win here, they're gonna be watching that stream as well. Right now, Vegas still up 1-0 with under 3 to go in the first. We're all even over there on the left, despite the time attack, despite the shots. Washington battling out here against Boston, 2-2. 7 minutes to go in the second period of that game.
And just really quick, if you're new to the chat, give us a follow. If you look at our bio, and if you're looking to play in a Sixes hockey league, everything is in the bio and linked to our socials and our Discord. So make sure you give us a follow and check out our other socials. We post a bunch of graphics and updates about the league daily.
Absolutely. And there's always stuff happening here. D6HL. Right now, you're watching the final night of the regular season here, season 13. But there's always a lot of events going on, tournaments, 6HL Underground, late night gaming, all of that here. And just a great community. If you like hockey, you like 6v6 action, this is where it's at, fellas.
It never ends. Even when playoffs and the regular season ends, it's literally right back on planning for the next season. Trying to make it better. It's a nonstop, community. Looks like New York is tied with Detroit, 1-1. Just like game one, close game.
Yeah,
no one's really seen the budging. It all comes down to who's gonna make a mistake in that game. It seems like,
and we're seeing a lot of competitive hockey here tonight, Harry. I mean, that Detroit New York first game was very competitive. This one as well, and it just shows you how the playoffs will be, man. I mean, you're seeing a little preview here tonight of some of these teams that you'll see in the playoffs, and that being one of them, the New York Rangers. In a dogfight against Detroit. LA, Vancouver. I'm going to pull that up. They actually have not hit the ice yet. They're in the dressing room. So as soon as that does, you know what? I think they might be heading out there now. So let me switch that up here. I'm going to... You know what, Harry? I was like, damn, I should have bring out that three screener you gave me earlier, man.
Yeah, I there was options.
We didn't know it was gonna be like this here tonight, but man.
Yeah, we didn't think these games would start so quick.
Mm-hmm. So I will be bringing that game absolutely. Vancouver, you guys are not gonna miss anything of that. I do have his stream here, ready to go. I'm going to have to change these logos out, though. Hold on.
And so far, no one seems to be budging. I know Washington, they got that big goal, but, so far it looks like both games have settled down for scoring wise.
And I still have that Washington game on here. If something happens in there, I will definitely bring it up. That game is still 2-2 in the third. Washington on the power play right now to begin the third period. So if something happens, I will definitely let you guys know here. But right now, we got to have these two here, Harry, because this is the Western Conference. This is about making it to the playoffs or packing it up here tonight.
Yeah, and we actually have a goal. Looks like maybe that was a power play or a shorthanded goal by Minnesota. I wasn't sure.
It was.
Or maybe the power play just expired for Vegas.
But look at this, man. Vegas responds right back on top, man. So they're not letting Minnesota, trying to roll back on here like they did in game one. So great retaliation
quick response by Vegas here. Quick response. That's what you want. That's what Vegas needs right now is quick responses. Keep the puck in Minnesota zone.
So right now you're watching the Western Conference games here. Big playoff scenario here between LA and Vegas of who gets in here. Can Minnesota play the spoilers? They did take game one 5-2, but they find themselves down a goal here 2-1 in the second. Over on the left, remember Vancouver came out on top 5-4. We'll see if the Kings could bounce back. A win here by the Kings, and that's it. They're in. They don't got to go to the points. They don't got to worry about what happens over there on the right. Win and you're in if you're the Kings right now. Otherwise, it may come down to the points. We'll see what happens because Vegas right now trying desperately to hold on here and to make that postseason. Because Harry, that's all it does. I mean, it's all about just getting in there, man. Getting into the postseason. Once you're in, anybody's game at that point. And
Exactly. I mean, I couldn't have said it any better there, Chalk.
And a huge goal by Vegas. That makes it 3-1 now. Biggest lead here for Vegas tonight over Minnesota. 3-1. Still scoreless there on the left. 11 minutes to go in the first. Remember, that one started up a bit late because these games here went right away, back to back. So that'll be our final.
And, quick goal by Vegas, and you know what they say here, Chalk. When it rains, it pours.
And how about this score update? Devils up 3-1 against that number 1 Tampa. How about that in the third?
Yeah, I'm not so 1-1 going into overtime. What game is that?
Is that the
New York?
New York problem?
Okay, so New York is going into overtime.
Yeah, Washington and Boston still tied as well, 2-2. We should have got the 4 stream on here. We didn't know these games were going to be like this. That we're going to need to break down the coverage here and on this final night of the regular season. And
LA making the first strike here, I think.
They do.
Prozzy.
They know what's happening there over there on the right. They're like, they must have heard us here in the broadcast. And that's Pizzeria again, man, for LA. 1-0.
I mean, let's see what Prozzy's season is like. He's sitting here at third in their on their team, and that he's picked up his 58th point. So he's having a solid season himself as well.
Minnesota also on the right cut the deficit out to 1 now, 3-2. Tight game there with 7 minutes to go in the second.
Yeah, Minnesota making things interesting here for Vegas. I just feel like if Minnesota gets another goal here, I think, I'm just kind of worried how Vegas is going to respond to that. I mean, they might just crumble.
I think they caught Vegas surprised in that first game, coming back. Because here, Vegas thought, they're going to come in. All we got to do is beat these guys here. They're the last place team on here. But look at this. Back-to-back goals. And they just tied it up.
Hayes.
Wow.
Big goal.
Where are those Hayes all this season, man? Here he comes out here on this. Listen, sometimes people play better when it's prime time like this, live. Thursday night.
And that's his second goal in the game.
Yeah.
He's having a great game himself. And looks like Vancouver's on the power play. And a big save there by LA's goalie.
And Harry, this is where LA messed up in that first game. Remember that penalty that they took, and it seemed like that whole momentum shifted towards Vancouver after that penalty and then that power play goal. So we'll see what happens here. 54 seconds remaining in the first. LA 1-0 so far.
Yeah, that penalty that they took 1 second in that 1 second left in that second definitely was a game changer going into that third, for sure.
A big momentum booster here. A couple other score updates. 4-3 St. Louis right now, end of the second. And then final here, the Flyers over Montreal 4-3 here to close the regular season out. Last minute.
And
Go ahead.
I just gotta give props to Minnesota. I mean, they're making things difficult for Vegas, and you just love to see it. Like, I mean, it just goes to show you that you can't take any team lightly. Like, it just goes to show you here, Hollywood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it just shows you how competitive this season is, man. Because look, any given night here, teams come out like this. Minnesota here, yes, they may be the bottom of the bottom there, but they're not looking like that here tonight. You know what I mean? And I mean, they're making Vegas really earn this spot here tonight. If they're gonna win, if they're gonna make it in here, it's gonna take everything from Vegas.
And Vegas taking a careless slashing penalty, just like how Vancouver did in game 1. I mean, Minnesota's got all the momentum, and you're taking penalties with like 5 seconds to go in the period. I mean, that's gonna be if Minnesota comes out in the third and scores on this power play, that's gonna be a big weight on Vegas's shoulder to come back and get another one.
Yeah, and especially when Vegas had that 2-goal lead, man. I mean, that 2-goal lead,
Yeah.
did not last long at all. Minnesota 2 big back-to-back goals, and now if they could take the lead here, I mean, for Vegas, that's gonna be tough to get back. When you had a 2-goal lead like this, and then you're gonna be down in the game in the third. Oh man, that almost takes the whole life out of you.
Yeah, I mean, Minnesota, I mean, they have nothing to lose. Like, they're just coming in, trying to just finish off their season on a good note.
Speaking about penalties here,
and I mean,
big penalty power play here on the left. Vancouver 5-on-3. Although LA gets one of the guys back on the ice, but it does not matter because here's the power play goal. And, LA here, listen, man, I mean, they need a win here, so they don't have to worry about anything else going on here. But we take a penalty. Not only that, they took 2. It was a 5-on-3 there, and Vancouver breaks the shutout, and it's a 1-1 game.
and Solarity's in the chat. I think he's the owner of Vegas, saying that he has guys that don't want to show up, even though they have a chance for a playoff spot. And I mean, that's just got to be just hard to manage. I mean, if I was on that Vegas team and I knew we had a chance for a playoff spot, I'd be like, yeah, I'm in. Let's do it. I'm gonna clear my schedule and we're gonna make this happen tonight, boys. I mean, you just hate to see that.
Yeah, I mean, that does hurt, I mean? And speaking about hurting, here's Vancouver getting that power play goal, and then here broke out, got past that defender, for that breakaway goal, and that gives Vancouver the lead here, 2-1.
And that's what, she too young for you? Another goal by him. I mean, how many points does he have now? Like 7 or 8 of the night?
Yeah, Shem with the assist on that one. Found him for that breakaway goal. That Boston game's actually an overtime 2-2 here. But these games, I can't switch off these on here. Unfortunately, I wish I put that 3-screener here for you guys. Next time we'll do it. For that Boston. But I'll definitely, once that score update, I'll give that to you guys. Or should one of these games end before then, I'll bring that Boston game right back in because I do have it right here. So I'll only take me a second here to flip those in. Third period on the way. Vegas, Minnesota, 3-3 over there in the third. Remember, Vegas had that 3-1 lead, but that lead vanished. And if you're Vegas right now, you're watching, you're in the third period here, man. Get the win. Vancouver's got LA right now, 2-1. But Minnesota, upset them in that first game, and looking to upset again here in game 2, and trying to force Vegas to pack their bags as well.
And one thing LA's got to do right now is just don't panic. Don't rush things. Like, make the easy, quick, short pass. Don't try to be an all-star right now. Just play a team game, and everything will work out for you if you do those things for LA here, Hollywood.
Yeah, and you know what? That was 2 mistakes there by LA because I thought the first period they played real well. They got that early goal, be up 1-0, but then giving up those back-to-back penalties, facing that 5-on-3, and then giving up a breakaway goal like that, so you can't blame the goaltending. And what about this here? Rebound after rebound, and they finally put it in. LA ties it up 2-2. We're all even, and that's Procy's again, unassisted. That's his second of the game. We talked about on the other end, what a tremendous night so far. What about this guy for LA?
Yeah, let me pull up his stats. He's sitting in here third. He's that's his 59th point of the season. I don't know what he did game 1, but he could be sitting here at 60 points.
And Harry, Minnesota has
That's
now made it 3 straight goals in a row as they
wow.
take the lead here. First time here in this game, 4-3. A lot of bodies in front of that net. And that shot came from like a awkward angle, but somehow it goes in. It's Minnesota's having that lucky charm there tonight here as they take the lead 4-3.
And yeah, it looks like they're reviewing it. I mean, they just can't believe that it went in. I mean, it was just looks like a fluke shot to the front of the net, and those are the type of goals that will win you hockey games. I mean, that the Minnesota player just happened to be crashing the net and was able to get a quick stick on it to kind of just jam it in there past the goalie. It'll be interesting how Vegas responds to that with 5 minutes left in this third period.
Hey, listen, Harry, in a close game like this, sometimes you just got to put pucks on net. Great things happen in front. Goal full body. You'll get the rebound on there. Just get it on net. And that's what Minnesota's doing here. Listen, they're ranked where they are on there. So, they're just trying to get pucks on net, and it's working. It has rattled this Vegas team, and they've seen this lead vanish, and 3 straight by Minnesota. Talk about a momentum shift, momentum boost. And not only that, looks like we're going to have a penalty call here. So Minnesota now looking to try to really put this game away here.
And looks like Vegas is just taking, we got a score update. LA ties it up. Big shot from the point. Looks like deflection in by Ebol.
A lot of scoring happening here this period. It was a quiet first period, but here, Vancouver retook the lead, but then here's LA responding right back in the final minute of the second. 3-3 game. And now Washington,
and LA seems like they have found their playing feet here as they're just tied the game up.
Spady asking when's the draft. Well, this is the last night of the regular season, so I'm sure playoffs be kicking off here soon next week.
Playoffs start Tuesday, and you got 4 weeks of playoffs. I would probably say early May at the latest, when the next season would start. So
this one here, Minnesota.
Looks like Minnesota. Looks like Minnesota scored on that power play.
Yeah, I'm going to bring that Boston game here because it's under 2 to go. Boston on the power play, still in overtime, and this one's pretty much done here unless Vegas makes a miracle comeback here. So that penalty hurt them, and Minnesota 4 unanswered goals, Harry, here. Looks like that one. Damn it. We just missed it. They did close it out in Boston.
And kudos to Minnesota. I know they didn't have the greatest season, but it's got to be a good feeling for them to just finish on a good note here. And a big save by Pro Orb, stacking the pads.
Love to see that, man. Love to see it happen. So Boston wins in overtime, 3-2 over Washington. Shots in favor of Boston, 27-14.
And with this loss, win or lose, for the Kings, they got that final spot. It would just be nice to see them get this win. But looks like Vancouver's scored to make it 4-3.
They did. Vancouver. There's been, multiple lead changes on here. This is the third time that Vancouver has taken the lead here over LA. Let's see if they could keep it this time. Our final stream here of the night. I want to thank everybody here tuning in. It's been a great, tremendous night here so far. To close things out here, Season 13, final night of this Thursday night. And we got a brawl here, man. A fight here happening in this LA game. Final game of the regular season. Why not? Drop the gloves. Let's go.
And tensions are rising in this game. I don't know if LA knows the score update, but I mean they're in the playoffs with Vegas taking 2 losses tonight. I mean it would just be nice for them um to just kind of win this game and use the momentum going into the playoffs. At least
Absolutely.
you know what I mean, Hollywood. Like you don't want to go um with 2 L's on the last night um
No, you
of the
don't.
season.
No, you don't. Absolutely not, man. Especially heading into playoffs on there. You want to end on a good note, get the win, and then, get that motivates a team, heading to playoffs. You lose on here, final game, it sets the tempo of how your playoffs will go. So I know LA, despite, that they're in on here, they want to get the win here tonight.
Yeah, and it looks like Vancouver's out shooting them 19-7. I'm just surprised this game is so close. LA might not be getting a lot of shots, but the shots that they are getting are going in. And
Yeah.
another goal here by Vancouver.
Yeah, you mentioned I look at 20-7. Look at the time attack, 720 to 320. But Vancouver, man, I mean, game one just lit the scoreboard, and they're doing it again here in game number 2. That's 2 here in the third period,
And
and that's their biggest lead.
ping response is off the charts right now. How is he playing right now? It's like 160 ms.
Holy crap. That's unplayable, man.
Especially in this kind of game, that's impressive. And Busta's celebrating now that he knows LA's in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean that takes some of that, off you on there that you're in on this. But like I said, the Kings want to end on a good note here, regardless. But
Yeah, you still want to.
and the thing is, though, here, Harry, I mean, it's not about the Kings. Vegas had their opportunity here tonight. They had what they needed, and that's for Vancouver to take down the Kings. And right now, what a save there! Wow. And right now they're seeing it. I mean, if score remains like this,
Wow.
they've had their chances. But Minnesota, big story here tonight, Harry. I mean, taking down both games there against Vegas here to end the season.
Yeah, and two big saves by Vancouver's goaltender here.
Yeah,
that he had 2 quick back-to-back shots, and those are not easy to track down.
No, they're not, man. And he hasn't faced much shots here in this game, but those are some quality shots there, especially the rebound. I agree with you there, Harry. We got a 2-1-1 here the other way. Save made. 8:49 to go. Vancouver up 5-3 here in the third on this Thursday night broadcast.
Big save. Yeah, and even though LA's in, that now that Vegas has been eliminated. I mean, you still just want to see them get the win here.
But that time he's not going to make the save there. There's that rebound again, Harry.
Wow. That was a pat. That went through like 3-4 defenders. Wow. What a play.
And there's not much the goaltender could have done on that, man.
Those are tough to spot. Especially since he went into butterfly thinking like that guy only had the shot opportunity, but obviously I don't know who that was. I think it was Prazi to Ebo.
Yes.
He clearly saw that he had a great passing opportunity.
Yeah, Prazi. What a goal here, Clint. Wow, how did that go in? Talk about a comeback here.
Wow, and LA making things interesting. That was off one of Vancouver's players.
It's not over yet, Harry, here. 2-goal lead by Vancouver. Gone. 2 back-to-back goals here. And that wasn't a pretty one on there, but somehow Clint gets that one past under the pads there. And that's going to tie it up.
And like I said, here, Hollywood, those are the type of goals that will win you games. Yeah, the pretty ones, the one-timers, those might look like, oh yeah, that's awesome, but those gritty goals are the difference makers.
Yeah, and we saw it in that Minnesota game. Minnesota was able, after that goal, was able to close it out against Vegas. And here we'll see if LA shot on net there, save made. LA keeping the puck here in the off the zone, another shot, battle behind the net. And now it's picked off there.
And LA looks like they gotten some life here late in the third.
Definitely. A lot of life shown here. 5-5. Anybody's game here. 4.5 to go here in the third. What a back to... I mean, how many ties has there been in this game? And Shem's going to be credited with that goal. I mean, oh my goodness.
Wow.
We saw Clint with a miracle goal. What about that one?
And that was interesting because it looks like a penalty was taken after the play.
It was.
So LA's on a power play. That I don't know how that was a goal. If it was not
waved off, right?
Just so confused right now. Why wasn't that goal waved off?
And Shem scores it with the 100 ping. It doesn't matter on there, but yeah, I question that too, Harry, on there. So LA does get the power play here, but it is 6-5 Vancouver. That goal does count.
It seems like the EA gods have spoken. That is, and it looks like there's going to be a 5-on-3 here. Vancouver,
opportunity here for LA.
Taking some bad pens, but I'm just kind of shocked on how that was a goal.
There's a shot at the goal. Power play goal. I think they might still have the power play. That might have still been on the 5-on-3. Tanaka Ebo getting the goal.
Wow, and the hats are just floating on the ice.
Oh my!
As Ebo celebrates in the middle of the ice with his teammates.
And remember, they still got 1:40 on this power play here. 1:50 remaining in the period. What a back! I mean, this game's been going back and forth here. We've had numerous lead changes, numerous ties here. We're all even again. 1:15.
I would say that this last 5 minutes of third has been the most interesting sequences of the night here between all the games that we've seen tonight here. Hollywood, what do you think?
Yeah, we've called some great action here tonight. We've had some great hockey, and what a way here to end the season here. Final game of the regular season. 40 seconds to go. 21 on the power play. The Kings here, and that was a great poke. Get it out of the zone. We had a couple overtime games here. Do we have another one? No! What a goal, Tanaka, man! He's come out on fire here in the third period. He tied the game twice, and that gives LA the lead. Tremendous. Wow. But I don't think we're done yet here, Harry. There's still 30 seconds remaining. That's his fourth of the night. 7-6 LA. Oh, man. More penalties here.
And Vancouver just kind of fell apart in this last 5 minutes. I mean, that's, 3 or 4 penalties within 5 minutes?
Absolutely. Penalties hurting.
And this has been one exciting last 5 minutes of this period. I mean,
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, what was that? Here. 3 or 4 unanswered goals by the Kings here, Hollywood?
Oh, man. I lost count here. I mean, the amount of goals here in just this third period. And the Kings will close it out here. So it didn't matter on that Minnesota Vegas game because the Kings with a miracle comeback here in the third. I mean, there was a point they were down 2 goals. They were down again. And then when you thought that last goal, that Vancouver, I really thought the game was over. But somehow the Kings bounced back here. A couple bad penalties by Vancouver towards the end. And really, I mean, Vancouver only got to blame themselves here in this game because they had the game in hand here. All they had to do was close it out. But they could not get it done. The Kings do. And that's great for the Kings heading into the playoffs with a win like this, Harry.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely you want to use this momentum in this game and apply it into the playoffs. I mean, um, I think going into this playoffs, it's anyone's game. I mean, if you just play your cards right, you get the right matchups. I mean, anyone can win in the playoffs. I mean, anything can happen, is what they say. You know what I mean?
And look at that. I mean, stat wise, Ebo 4 goals, man, in this game here. Pronsy 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points for him. So despite she's on here, what do you have? Like 5 points in this game. Um, it's LA 7-6, and look at that outshot time attack in favor of Vancouver. Look at the power plays there. 2 power play goals for LA, and I think that really set the tempo. And wild third period, nonetheless. Harry, man, I mean, it was a tremendous night. Great way to end the regular season on that note, and just gives you a notice how the playoffs is gonna be. You know what I mean? How the playoffs unpredictable, man. Exciting, all out action. That's what you're gonna see here in the Sixes Hockey League. I can't wait for Monday, and so LA coming in here tonight had that number 7 seed, and they'll keep that 7th spot with that win over Vancouver. So shout out to those guys. And shout out to everybody here in the chat, man, as well, tuning in on this Thursday, final night of the regular season. We appreciate it here, and it's only going to get better from here. Playoff hockey, man, begins Monday night, and I can't wait. Chalk should be back here for you guys for that as well. And, me and Harry here filling in here for tonight for this Thursday. We want to give you guys every night here, things happen and stuff. So we appreciate all the score updates everybody was giving. I mean, there was so many good action, so many games. I wish we could have showcased them all here tonight, but we just couldn't, with the capability. But we'll figure things out. But nonetheless, the games that we did see, that we did witness here, man, tremendous finish here in the Sixes Hockey League for season 13. Regular season coming to an end.
Yeah, no doubt about. I think this was just a small sample of what we should expect going into the playoffs. We're gonna see some, very exciting and competitive hockey. I don't think it's gonna be easy for any team, no matter where you are in the standings. No team should take another team lightly, and you should all just play like it's like game 7. I think that's how this playoffs is gonna go.
Yeah, I mean, if tonight showed you anything on here, I mean, look at it. Look at how Minnesota came out. You could come out to play on here. You could get the job done. Even Tampa was struggling here tonight. The number 1 seed. So yeah, I mean, listen, playoff hockey is like a whole different animal, Harry. You know what I mean? Regular season at that point, sometimes you may just might as well just throw it out the window. And it comes down to, and I mean, the teams here are very competitive. And playoff hockey, if you guys thought tonight was an action-packed show, man. I mean, that playoffs, the intensity that's brought in on that for each game of the series, it's just going to be, I have no words for it. So Monday night, man, can't wait to see what we have lined up there.
Yeah, it should be a great first round here. I'm not sure exactly on the line on the matchups, but I wouldn't expect anyone to get blown out. I think it's gonna be really tough for teams to win games, and you gotta really strategize for this season's playoffs. I mean, the talent is just so deep in this league now that anyone could win at any given point. I mean, we saw it tonight with Minnesota. I mean, they were nowhere near a playoff spot. They came in, just kind of like didn't have to play tonight either. They could have just said, "Oh, we take the FF win," but they showed up and they made things interesting for Vegas. And I just appreciate them showing up because if LA didn't win that game too and Vegas got the two FF wins, I mean it would be very
Right.
interesting and kind of heartbreaking for LA since they've had their struggles this season. You know, looking at their at the standings every week, they kind of went even like throughout the whole season. So I'm just happy to see that Minnesota finished out their season, and we saw some real upsets tonight,
Yeah.
which made some great hockey.
Yeah. But here's the thing, Harry, man. On that, listen, LA with that win there, winning that game against Vancouver, they deserve that number 7 spot, man. No doubt about it on it. And
Yeah,
I'm
they
glad that they
do.
did get that spot because that was a tremendous win, tremendous rally, come from behind win to win against Vancouver. Down 2 goals in that third period. Just a tremendous showing, and we hope they do the same once the playoffs start. So you can't count a team like that out. You know what I mean? Even though they're the number 7, remember that's the number 7 seed on here coming in. So yeah, we've had great hockey. Boston, Washington, tremendous battles. About that New York, Detroit, another one there. And there's a lot of been talks in the chat about who's winning, who's gonna take it here this season. I see a couple of New Jersey fans out there, man. A couple of New York squads on there, and yeah. I don't know. Maybe we'll run something. Maybe Chalk will do something. Maybe before the playoffs start there on Monday night, or any of these 3 days, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Maybe we'll get something going here. Get
Hey
a playoff prediction
guys.
show or something, man. Before the games kick off there on Monday night.
Yeah, yeah. I will definitely try. Sorry, boys, I jumped in here. You guys are doing an absolutely fantastic job. This has been awesome, Harry. You've been absolutely fantastic, and that shirt is absolutely beautiful. As for you, Hollywood, it's
Thanks,
great to see
buddy.
you. It's great to see you without the mask on, showing off that beautiful face of yours. All that I wanted to say was number one. I'm actually looking, especially the end of that game, the end of that Vancouver LA game, that is going to be a round 1 matchup. If that game is any indication of what we're going to see, I think it could go 7 games, and I think that's going to be an awful fun series to watch. But more importantly, I would like to point out that right at the very start of the stream, when you asked the question, who was going to do it, Vegas or LA, I said LA was moving on and Vegas was going home, and I was 100% right. And I don't want to take credit, but I sent a message last night to Pro Horb, and I was like, hey, dude, you know that if you can put a squad together and you guys can beat Vegas in both games, like you play spoiler, and that'll be a great story for you to end your season on. And sure enough, they did it. So I'm proud of those boys.
Yeah, I'm happy they showed up and finished the game the season, and happy to see that they weren't in a playoff spot, but um they made it one tough matchup tonight here for Vegas.
Yeah, because I mean, heading into here tonight, I mean, you look at it you're like, oh, they're playing Minnesota, so Vegas is gonna get at least one win here tonight, but they couldn't even get that win, So that's how Minnesota showed up here, man. They came and they, spoiled anything that was there for Vegas. So, but a tremendous way to end. Chalk, shout out there, man. On there, yeah, Harry definitely looking good, looking sharp here tonight.
Sharp,
I'm interested to
sharp,
see
sharp.
what he's
Thanks,
got for the
thanks,
playoffs.
fellas.
Yeah.
I got some stuff.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it myself. Another matchup. I'm gonna have to take a look at how the standings play out. But I think that with the 2 Philadelphia wins, and Detroit dropping 1 tonight, it's actually going to be Philadelphia and Detroit meeting up in the first round, and I think that's going to be another great series to watch. Um, you know, Boston, obviously. I think Tampa. Yeah, they went 1-1, so I think Tampa stays in that second
Tampa's got
spot.
that first round bye.
Oh, they do. So it is Buffalo. Ooh, so Boston's got Buffalo in that first
Oh
round, and
man.
then
Yeah, but
that's another one.
Tampa. When I looked at the standings, Tampa, because they won that first game, right?
Mm.
Tampa, is up, 84 points to Buffalo 76. So even if Buffalo did win both their games, Tampa winning that game basically just solidified them getting that first round bye.
They clinched
fair
that.
enough,
Right,
yeah.
right, right.
So,
Okay.
but if you're Boston, do you really want Buffalo?
I mean, those are juggernauts. I mean, I basically Buffalo is just a powerhouse.
Hmm.
So, but
I
I'm
know.
not gonna put Yinzer and that squad out. I mean, it's not going to be easy for Buffalo. So if I was Buffalo, I wouldn't come in and think it's going to be a walk in the park.
No,
No.
because listen, Boston brought it tonight against Washington, man. I mean, two tight games there against the Capitals. You know, game one, 1-0 for Washington, but game two, they took it there in overtime, 3-2 win. And that's a team also, like, listen, they're going to bring it. Boston's going to bring it. It's not going to be, I don't think it's going to be like a quick 4-0 here, man. I think they're going to make that series a lot more interesting than most people think. Boston, you know, I mean, you look at that entire Eastern Conference. The Eastern Conference there, it's hard to pick out, you know, who's going to take that side because anyone could. I mean, you got New York, you got New Jersey, you mentioned Philly, even Detroit. Um, I mean, if I'm a better on here trying to pick predictions, who's on, that's gonna be tough to call, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's there's no easy guesses
that
here.
East is scary.
Yeah, yeah, but you know what is actually kind of funny about it? If you go back to the last stream while we were doing the interview, when I asked Royal McPoyle, right, like if you had your choice of those two teams, who would you want it to be? And he said Buffalo. Well, he's got what he wanted, so we'll see what they can do with it in the first round. I think that'll be a game we'll have to cover for the game number one on Monday.
Absolutely. So shout out to him, man. I mean, but you know, sometimes you gotta be careful what you wish for, man, because it
Yeah.
could end up biting you. But who knows? Maybe they think they got their number, man. Maybe they got them figured out. So I like the confidence, though, man. I like the confidence bringing that into the playoffs. So I'll give them that.
Exactly. Well, now, boys, you did a great job tonight. I'm going to take off, but thank you. Love you, 6HL community. We'll see you next time.
All right, brothers. Harry,
Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Chalk.
thanks, Chalk. All right, Harry, man, that does it here for us as well, man. Great show, great night of action. Hope everybody enjoyed the broadcast here. And then tune in Monday night, man. Monday night it's gonna be a hell of a show. Possibly, maybe they'll get on a little bit earlier to look at the matchups, to preview of what's gonna take place. And any final shout outs here, Harry, before we close things out, man.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for doing this with me tonight. It was a lot of fun being in the booth with you here, Hollywood. And I hope to do it again sometime.
Listen, it's the best place right here from the booth. We get to call the action. We see all the action. The chat was tremendous here tonight as well. And, you know, and that's what it's all about. The community coming together on there. We got to see great games and we got to see, you know, great chat as always. So hopefully you guys are back here Monday night. Mr. Hollywood, Harry, have a good night, everybody.